So, Josh, talk about winning the gold medal. How thrilling it was, especially winning it in overtime the way you did.
Yeah.
Maybe a little revenge from last year.
Yeah, I think it was an unbelievable experience. I think being part of that, being very fortunate to be part of it for 2 years, winning silver the first year. Winning gold was just kind of the icing on the cake for the whole experience. The travel to Vienna, to Bratislava, being around the staff, the players. I mean, that team was pretty special this year. Just those kids are going to great schools. They're going to be great players in college, but they're just good people. And I think, that team, just seeing how they came together from pre-camp, from the summer, from the fall, how they started playing, how they gelled as a unit, was really, really special. And I knew when we got to overtime, we killed off a huge 4-on-3 penalty. And you could just feel from the group that we weren't going to lose that game. And I thought it was a very special group that really was high in confidence and just believed in each other. It was really cool. And, hearing the national anthem and after that game and winning gold was, like I said, just icing on the cake. It was awesome.
Did you get a medal or?
Got a medal, yeah, everything, yeah. I know, yeah, we left it at home. I think my daughter was wearing it. She's enjoying wearing it around the house. So it was pretty fun. It was pretty cool.
How did the opportunity afford it to you when you first got the opportunity last year to get this gig?
So I got a phone call at that time. It was from Reagan Carey. She was the director of women's hockey at USA Hockey. She actually asked if I wanted to be part of the staff, and I know Maura Kroll, who's the head coach at Minnesota Duluth, actually asked me to be part of the staff as well. So I think those two had a really big piece in that and really inviting me to want to be part of that staff. And then this year again, just Maura asked me to be part of the staff again. And they've got Katie Million, who's now the USA Hockey director, a little bit different there, but still the same opportunity. And it's really hard to say no to those opportunities. It's time away from this team, which is unfortunate, but it's really hard to not want to represent my country.
Just 2 weeks?
About 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, 2 holidays, New Year and Christmas, and was away from my family for a little bit, but totally worth the experience for sure.
Do you want to be a head coach of this one of these days?
I would love to. Yeah, I would love to. Eventually, just being able to represent your country at that level. Like the players, I think they want to play for their country. I think as a coach, that's the pinnacle for coaching, right? And, maybe one day if I can get into the Olympics and be part of that staff, that's definitely a goal of mine for sure.
What specifically was your responsibility on this?
Yeah, so it kind of changed and evolved through the process. Last year, I was more of a defensive coach, did more of the PK. Evolved into this year at the start of the summer, and in our series against Canada, I was more of a forward coach. And then went back for World Championships, went back to like a defensive coach, back to PK. Did a lot of the video and preparation pregame. We each kind of had our own little niche, but I think the staff was just super close, and I thought we all worked really well together. I had a ton of fun with all those coaches. They're great people. Meredith, Maura, Brianna Decker, who's an Olympian, that was one of our staff members as well. The things that you learn from those people as well is unbelievable.
Is there a lot of roster turnover on a team like this? It's pretty strict, narrow age range.
Yeah, we had, I think, 3 kids that were on that team for 3 years. We've had a couple kids that are 2-year members, and a good chunk of kids that were the first time, including a couple 15-year-olds, which was pretty special to try and see those kids develop and go throughout that process too. That it will probably be 3-year players. So kind of a mix of experience, but I felt like we had a good mix of the right people in that locker room, which is cool.
How did this team respond when you got back and saw them for the first time?
Great. They're super super happy. I know they were watching the game, the gold medal game, when they got to Harvard. They went to our student manager's house. They caught the last piece, probably the best part of the game. These kids were extremely happy. All said congratulations. We have a great group, so they're obviously appreciative of the fact that I was able to get that opportunity too.
I know you weren't around this past weekend with the team, but in the 50 years I've covered hockey, I've never seen a team get a penalty shot on too many players on the ice penalty.
Yeah.
Has there been any explanation as to, in the game against Dartmouth, why that happened?
So I guess the rule states is if someone jumps off the bench in that situation, the other team has a choice between a 2-minute power play or a penalty shot. And Dartmouth actually chose the penalty shot, and they converted. And also in that situation, if that situation arises, which is the first time I've ever seen it maybe in my entire career playing, coaching, whatever. There's also a 10-minute misconduct assessed to our team, too, for the too many men trying to negate a breakaway. And I understand why the rule's in place completely. You know, like you don't want someone just like that situation. That's probably the perfect situation coming off to extra men on the ice to try and negate that breakaway or scoring chance, and that's what they're trying to get rid of. So totally understand the 10-minute misconduct. It was just, you know, kind of unfortunate. Someone that is in the box there for 10 minutes. That's one of our, you know, highly offensive players, and, you know, we lose her for about 10 minutes. So it was kind of unfortunate.
Does Dover get to choose which player? Or?
I don't think so. I think it was really the person that came off the bench, and they really just took Grace was the one that came off on the change, and I think they took that person.
Do you get any kind of recruiting benefit from coaching on this Team USA?
You know, I would say, yeah, we've had conversations with different people that maybe haven't been part of the actual team yet, but are part of that process, or at least interested in having conversations, you know, and getting to campus here to see what Union's about and to see how we're coaching our athletes, you know. So I don't know if it's actually come to fruition where we've actually capitalized on some of those opportunities, but certainly we're having conversations with recruits, and we're hoping that it does continue to help. You know, anything that we can do to help Union continue to promote our brand and make this program here at Union a lot better, that's what we're striving to do.
Yeah, I was going to say, even if it's not directly with the kids that you're coaching on that team, it's got to be a good resume, you know, bullet point for you to be able to say, hey, our program is represented
Correct.
nationally.
Yep, and that's reflective of our whole program. It's not just, you know, I'm lucky enough where I get to be able to be the person that does that stuff, but I think how we're coaching those athletes, or how I'm coaching those USA athletes, is the same way our staff is coaching our players here, right? So it's just an extension of what we're actually doing here at Union.
What do you use as selling points when you're out recruiting in general, and has it changed in your short time here?
You know, I think the biggest thing that we sell first and foremost, I mean, the school sells itself. It's a tremendous school. The education that you're going to get here is phenomenal, right? The trimester system is unique and probably like not a lot of other places. You know, the kids get an opportunity to take 3 classes a semester. You know, you get some days where the kids don't have class. You can really focus on hockey. But they're very diligent with their time. You know, we have a huge chunk from Thanksgiving to the New Year where we're able to just have more of like an NHL type of schedule. And then they have a spring semester where the kids can also study abroad, which is a huge selling point, especially to the females. They love that opportunity to be able to do that within the school year. I think the small class sizes, small campus really appeals to a lot of people, especially in Canada, North America, where kids are coming from small towns. And I think the other thing is just opportunity. You know, we have an opportunity here where we have a program that's trying to grow and get better, and we're not, you know, we're still not there yet, but we're getting there. And I think people want an opportunity. They want to come and play Division I hockey. They want to play at a program that's growing, and they want to come in as a freshman and make an impact. And that's kind of what we're trying to sell to a lot of recruits out there right now.
Speaking of the trimester thing, do you have any examples of kids that you were recruiting where you brought that up and they were like, wait, really? That's the way you guys operate there? And how is that? Was that an advantage, or what? You know?
Yeah, I think it goes back to, I mean, we're big believers in, we want kids that want to be here at Union, you know, and I can't think of, I mean, there's plenty of examples where, you know, when you bring that up, maybe it's not appealing to kids, and maybe those kids end up at bigger schools, Big Ten schools, kids that just don't appreciate the trimester system or those small class sizes in general. And certainly we're going to lose kids to those situations, but again, those kids aren't made for Union, right? This is a special, unique place, and kids have to want to be part of that unique environment. And I think we've capitalized on the kids that want to be part of that. And, you know, in our recruiting philosophy, we're willing to take kids that are, you know, maybe 4 or 5 on our list if they're really appreciative and they really have a high passion level for what Union's all about.